personality in the platform. I would like to thank Idym for hosting such an amazing concept of bringing the inspiring stories to all the common people. And with this, I just have to introduce our guest tonight, who is an amazing personality, Commander Prabhalal, who does not stop but to be the change. So, after having a successful career in Indian Armed Forces for around 17 long years, she enables the people to adopt best practices from the armed forces to stay ahead of the learning curve. She believes if you can speak, you can influence. And if you can influence, you can impact lives. She is a professional speaker, TEDx speaker, productivity evangelist, and a thought leader. She emphasizes a lot on the choices we make in our lives. And this is what she spoke in her TEDx talk, Voices and Choices. She always believes in Ubuntu, which is an African concept. You need to serve. Co-creation, collaboration, and contribution leads to the co-elevation is her mantra. So today we will know a little more about that and her concept and her mantra of life. With that, I just want to start with my questionnaire session with Commander Prabhalal. And we are really, really honored to have you, ma'am, in the platform of IDYM. IDYM is actually conducting series of Beyond Education, wherein we bring in the stories of great and eminent personalities across the globe to inspire and motivate the lives of others. So welcome, ma'am, to the platform of IDYM.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. We are honored. So coming with our first question, I just want to start with my question with just a small saying. I hope my audience will get connected with this saying, which I just want to quote. The man said, I have only son. He is having only one son and he is settled in US. This is a very, very common saying, which we always quote when we take interviews about the commander-in-chief and from Army, Navy, and Air Force. This is a very, very common saying in all the common men like us who always say. So let me again repeat. The man said, I have only one son and he's settled in US. And the other man said, I have only one daughter and she is serving in defense. So this is what is the main priority of the fathers. So with that intention, I just start with my first question, ma'am. Your journey in the Indian Armed Forces. What made you choose this profession? So could you please tell us?
Thank you, Rachna ma'am. Journey into the Indian Armed Forces. Yes, I would say there were certain highs, certain lows, especially the persuasion part with my parents. That was a difficult task. Coming from an Indian background, you must be aware that girls are generally not preferred in the households, especially in the defense sector. For them, it's safer if they go to a teaching field or IT sector job kind of thing. This going into the defense was something which was not in their canvas only. It was not an option only for them. So it took them suddenly out of the blue that my daughter wants to join the armed forces. So that initial thing was slightly challenging, I would say. As parents, I do understand they have this feeling of putting their children, I won't say daughter, in a safe environment or a known environment, a controlled environment, I would say. Since they were not aware about the defense forces, since nobody was there in my family prior to me, I'm the first one to join the defense forces from my entire family. So they were slightly skeptical about it. They did not know it was only very less interaction with few, not even friends. Sort of when you are going on a train journey or somewhere you meet or you see a army personnel, so you say, okay, he's an army personnel. So very less interaction. So obviously, if you have not interacted with anyone, you will not know about the life. Okay, so it was the question of unknown and known. So initially, it was a big no from my father, especially that no, not joining the defense forces. Pata nahi kya hoga? How's the life inside? So I took it up as I wanted to join, and once you have made up your mind that you have to join, you will not leave any stone unturned. So what you will do, you will try to persuade at different levels, try to gather information about that particular job or anything, whatever you feel like. So as a child, at that time, internet was not available at the click of the button. So things were slightly challenging that time, but it's never about resources. It is always about resourcefulness, how resourceful you are. As Tony Robbins says, this, I am a fan of this particular line. What is available, where you have to look out. You can always find like this. This is a very nice line which I have heard. Every crisis is an opportunity. So if you have made your mind that you have to do X, you will find ways and means. What the most you will have, you'll know how many ways not to do it, because you will fail in not succeeding, right? So okay, this is out of the question. Same thing happened with my father. You go, Papa, I want to join so and so. Then the big no. Then okay, wait, you are still in class 10th, so you could gather. Okay, now there's one more step. So I waited. Then class 12th. So again, I expressed my views that I want to join the armed forces. It was a big, hue and cry in the house. No, 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 no. Then I said, okay, fine. Then I did my engineering. After engineering, it was okay, let me see. So slowly that hard no changed to let me see, maybe. And as things progressed, so, you put it on a platter. You have to find, okay, this is how the things work in the armed forces. You gather information from different sources and you put it to your parents. After all, they're your parents. They are not your enemy. They think about your good only. So it was challenging, but yes, it took time, but finally they agreed. Once they agreed, there was no looking back. And I remember during my passing out from Naval Academy, Goa, that time the Naval Academy was in Goa, he was so proud. I could sense in his eyes, my parents had come along with my sisters and brother. So I could sense that pride in him that yes, she has done it. No, that rigorous training was also one of the things why he was skeptical. Pata nahi kar payegi ki nahi kar payegi. 4 months is not a joke. You have to undergo that training. So maybe that was also I was very thin, mean. Maybe he was thinking whether she will sustain, she will undergo the training, physical training. So lots of, as parents, definitely they will have questions, but you will have to gather the information and give it to them. Make them have that kind of confidence that you can do it.
Very true, very true. And you gave them that confidence. And obviously I can just imagine your father's prideness when he saw you coming out successful, because that delusion which he had, if you can or you cannot, and then finally seeing you that you are successful, it gave him so much of happiness, probably, which you proved him wrong, that yes, you can do it. And it's like a great moment for a father to see the daughter, coming up and successfully ending up with what she has dreamt of. and our dreams becoming successful. So yeah, really, it's true that when we make a stern belief in our mind that we need to do it, we have to prove our worth, find out the ways. How much difficulties come in our way, we need to focus on it and achieve it, because it was made by us. No one dreamt it for us. It was a dream which I saw, so I should take out all the ways and means to achieve it. So that is what I too believe, and I tell my students too, being from the educational field. I too tell my students that you need to make your goal and your focus, and no one should be behind you to make your goal. You should yourself
Mm.
fix your own goal, and then you will find out the means to achieve it. So I think that worked with you also, and today you are successful, and today what we get you now is just that rigorous training which you underwent, and the fight which you had from family as well as with your decision to come up, and we have a successful person like you right now in front of us. So was that period little difficult to overcome? Obviously it was with the family bonding, but what about the other
Yes.
section where their acceptance there?
Yes.
Family part I
Yeah.
understood, and how you
Yeah.
struggled with it.
After joining the armed forces, I joined the Indian Navy in 2004. I would say that it was a smooth sailing, to be like everything perfect, because even though women entry in the armed forces started in 1992, I joined around 12 years later. But then also the mindset of the people with whom I was working, especially the lower ranks, they were not ready to accept a women in command. Okay. So it was initially a challenge, a women giving them orders. Why? It was not even their fault, I would say, because their upbringing was such. Maybe they were from different parts of India, and they had never taken any orders, I would say, from a woman. What they saw in their household was their father giving instructions to their mother, "Eh, tu ye kar le," or whatever kind of treatment they were, they had, I would say. So a child believes what they see. So they saw how their father was treating their mother, or instructions to their sister, or any XYZ, a female. Since they have not, their mindset was not about taking any instruction from a lady. She is a dumb fellow. So that was slightly difficult initially. I would say initial part, only the initial part. But you have to set that rapport. Once they understand that you mean business, you know things, you have the knowledge and the expertise, and that is why you are in that position. You are an officer, not a lady there. You have to build that trust, earn that respect. Once they know कि हाँ मैडम को आता है, इनको उल्लू नहीं बना सकते. Understood? After that, there is no looking back. This I can say. After that, there is no looking back. So initially, yes, there were some challenges. It's a matter of, a month or so, because every transfer you move, you meet different set of people with whom you work. So initial part, but as things progresses, now things are streamlined, I would say. People have started accepting women also as officers. And today we see women also in the lower ranks. Right now they are undergoing training in various training institutes of the armed forces. So it takes time for any revolution, I would say. Any revolution, any change takes time. It's not sudden. So it's okay. We took it up as a challenge, we faced it, and we overcome it.
Very, very nicely said. Yes, of course, when we bring a change, we need to wait. There is really that time process It is really important. And as you said, ma'am, we need to be confirmed and focused on our work. If you can show that you're perfect in your work, then obviously they will have to listen to you, and they will be obeying you, because you have proved that yes, you know more than them, and your knowledge is excellence par. So as a result of, no one can deny the fact, and they have to accept you as a commander in chief. So it was be very interesting, I feel. But then, did you have any role models? Like as you said, there were, you are not in the family of your family history does not have any people from the army or the navy or anyone who were there in the front. So did you have any role models as such? Particularly anyone whom you are filled with awe, looking and admiring at that time when you were about to enter the army and the navy?
I would say I was a very filmy child. You'll laugh on this. So the inspiration came from Doordarshan and Bollywood. Obviously, as a child, I used to never miss any movies related to defense, any armed forces, or any serial which used to come on. Those days, it was only Doordarshan, right? So if you ask me about a role model, I would say it was Mrs. Kiran Bedi. The serial, that is there. Also, uh, the serial Uran, which was about IPS officer. So that also was very motivating. To the extent, like as I mentioned, role model Kiran Bedi. So in my household, whenever I used to voice something, anything, so they used to tag me, अरे ये तो किरण बेदी की तरह ये करती है. So even at a point, I used to question or I used to argue for something. See, the point is you need to ask. If you don't ask, the answer is certainly no. Certainly no. But if you ask, the answer could be maybe or even yes. So I did the same thing. Initially, my dad also said no, big, hard no. So, and later on, it was okay. 10th, no. 12th, no, 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 no. After engineering, okay, we will see, sort of thing. So I always tell people, don't be an asshole, be an asshole. Keep asking, keep asking. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या है, नहीं बोलेंगे. So that was there. And watching all those serials, then there was a serial called Arohan, which was based on Indian Navy. Pallavi Joshi, she was the one of the main characters, and that was my first, I would say, window how Indian Navy looks like. Other than that, it was either police or Indian Army, right? So that kind of strong feeling was there. Army, Navy, Air Force, kuch bhi. But I have to join the Indian Armed Forces. And I wanted to see myself in uniform. I wanted to have that stars, those gold. I'm not fond of gold because I said, मैंने gold बहुत पहना है अपने कंधों पे. So that is the kind of gold which I love. So rest all gold will fall in place later on. Wear those gold on your shoulders. That's more important. So that was there. So yes, answering to your question, one role model in real life, Kiran Bedi.
Superb, superb. I think somewhere I got connected, because even I at that time, and even till date, actually, I am in awe and respect for the Indian Armed Forces. And I really respect them from the bottom of my heart, though I didn't join like you. On the other way, you really proved it and you joined there. So that is a different story. Even I too used to always, whenever the serials, and Kiran Bedi, oh my God, a role model even till date. I would do anything to just have a meeting with her. So it is like, I think somewhere we are bonded. And as a result, now I'm satisfied by interviewing all the Indian Armed Forces people who are there. I just love talking to them. I can spend hours together listening to their stories, their achievements, and how they did it. And even as you said, serials and all, Uran, yeah, I too was a great fan at that time. But somewhere I just landed up as a teacher finally, and maybe my that strong willpower was not there, only to be with them and listen to them and admire them. And that was somewhere got stuck up. Yes, we always admire. So we always feel that whenever there's movies about Indian Army, Indian Navy, Indian Armed Forces are made, and there is a craze in this youth of today to watch all those movies and serials which have been stories based on them, their biographies, their stories. And I really feel when these youngsters watch them, it's really that they are transforming themselves. Their love for their motherland is increasing deeper inside. So as you said, it started, the seed took there, the serials, and which we had seen. So yes, that's a wonderful story which we can say, connecting back, joining the dots together, the movies, the TV serials, and of course, our role model, only role model at that time. If we can imagine Kiran Bedi, even for me too, even till date, I'm actually waiting for her to meet her once, at least online or offline for a meet. Yes, they are really a role model, superheroes, we can say. But now I have many meeting after meeting you all, I have many such role models who are really doing wonderful and amazing work, whether it's in the army, whether it's in the navy or air force. I have met several of them interviewing in my channel as well as with IDYM. So it has been a wonderful journey with me also, talking with you all, listening to your stories. What inspired you, and what was that spark which came in your mind when you wanted to join, or when you thought of making this impact in the people's life by helping or by serving the nation. We are all doing our work by serving the nation in our own way. But to be directly in the front and facing the people there and protecting the nation, it might be a great feeling. As you said, it's not like wearing just gold and diamonds there. It's the star, the India, which we are carrying in our shoulders. So it has been a great feeling for you. And even while I am speaking to you, for me also, talking with a personality like you who has served the nation from the front is really hats off feeling for me too. And coming to my next question, before I go deeper into my expressions, flowing into the emotions. So let me come to my next question very quickly. Now, after this period of 17 years with the Indian Armed Forces, you had given more impetus to like the speaking, which you are as a professional speaker too. You have always believed that if you can speak, you can influence. And if you can influence, you can impact the lives. So, could you tell us something? How did you come up with this notion that speaking will make an impact? Speaking will change the lives of others. So, we'd love to listen from you.
Yeah. This all started when I was in the Navy, and I used to always find myself, I would say, at an empathetic position. I was known as the empathetic commander also, which was slightly strange. I used to look people with empathy always, in the sense, people who work. You need to understand them. Where are they coming from? Why are they doing what they are doing? People matters. In any organization, it's the people which can make an organization or break an organization. Systems definitely are in place, yes, but for making those systems work, you need people. So my doors were always open, and they used to approach me for any sort of problem, be it professional or personal, whatever. So I used to always listen to them. First, listening. If you're a good listener, you can understand them. It's very important. As an armed forces personnel, one trait I would say, which is ingrained in all of us, is good listening skills, good observation, communication. Communication plays a very vital role in our day to day functioning, be it in the armed forces or otherwise in the civil life also. It is not only through words, it's also through body language. So once people communicate to you in whatever manner that yes, they are facing XYZ problem, and you listen to them and you understand the root cause, why they are doing what they are doing, what is the gap, how to go about it, and then you explain to them in a manner, in a language which is understood by them. This is very important, and especially in the armed forces. Why I am saying so is you need to speak not in the language which you know. You need to speak by language. I do not only mean by English or Hindi or any vernacular language. What I am trying to say is you need to understand the intellectual level of the person with whom you are interacting. So if you see a communication, it is not only input and output. It is always the feedback. What is important is whether the person as a sender, whether the receiver has understood it correctly or not. So when you communicate in a manner knowing the background, then only your communication will be proper. And once the channel of communication is set properly, then there is no looking back. Things will automatically fall in place. This is very important. So what during my 17 years of career, I always felt this कि मैम जब आप हमें बताते हो कुछ बोलते हो तो हमें बहुत अच्छे से समझ में आता है सेम चीज कोई और बोल रहा होता है तो somehow उतना नहीं आता. So this was the kind of feedback which I used to get. I used to listen, I used to comprehend, and I know what is his capability. So using metaphor or any kind of examples or getting to their level, that is important. So listening skills was there and communication. So I felt that I was able to communicate well to my men, the people. And I used to motivate them, keep motivating them and do things along with them. Now this motivation, I would say, is only temporary. Motivation is never permanent. I personally will. You have to keep pushing them in the way in a positive sense. And once you are also along with them, they will see, okay, it's even if it is night 10 o'clock, ma'am is also along with us. So they will understand the importance of this particular work. Okay. So the way you explain, the way you make them understand, that was really important. And that is how I felt that, yes, this could be one of the things which I can pick up after my re-attirement. I would say re-attirement from uniform to civil. So I love speaking, and I even if when I speak, and even if let's say in a room of 10 or 20, even if one person is motivated and takes action after listening to me, I feel I have done my job.
Oh, wow. And I think you are always motivating me at least. Yeah. So as you said, one is guarantee with me. And of course, others who are listening right now will also agree with me, who is watching us live, that yes, we too are deeply motivated with ma'am's words that yes, there is a level of listening. There is a level of communication, and we all know in our lives we might have met many people with whom we got connected and with whom we couldn't get connected due to certain problem. And this problem is the problem of communication. If we would be a good communicator, as ma'am said just now, then probably we would not have faced this problem. Maybe in with our teachers too, being in the teaching profession, I always believe what you said, ma'am, just now, that yes, you need to be a good communicator in between the students and the teachers. There are many teachers who might be more educated, who might be more experienced, but there are certain teachers who, in spite of their less experience, also are good communicators, and they get connected with the students, and the students can interact and listen and understand to them. They all the time they say, as you said, the same thing, ma'am, when you are explaining to us, we understand. When other teachers explain to us, we cannot understand. So I just tell that we have 5 fingers. So the 5 fingers are not equal. So all the teachers will not be equal. So my students, they tell me, "Hum log rachna mein se hi sunenge." So as a result, in the management gets a little disturbed with me that why rachna miss only. There are other teachers who are equally good. Of course, I agree to that. But then the students get connected and they tell, "Miss, आप समझाओगे तो हम सुनेंगे, कोई और समझाएंगे तो हम नहीं सुनेंगे." So this is what is called communication. As you are telling, I'm getting more connected with you. So
I have gone through this myself when I was posted in Jamnagar, which is an electrical training school. Same thing happened with me. We had to take classes since it was a training school for the Indian Navy electrical person. So normal classes were plotted in the first half academics, and afternoon it was physicals and all. So when I used to take classes, and there is something known as midterm, feedback. So during those midterm, and there is a final feedback given by the students, and it used to be full that we want Prabha ma'am to take our classes, and the training captain was like, "Yeah, what is going on? Why everybody wants her only to take the classes? I can't give her so many classes." But to that extent, it so happened that yes, my classes, all the periods were full. Yes, that was there, but it's okay. When you enjoy doing what you are doing, it's okay.
Very true, very true. We enjoy, but then there is somebody who is getting disturbed with it, that only why lectures of Prabha ma'am is filled up.
Yeah.
Why not our lectures are not getting filled up?
It's not that they were not educationally qualified or something. They were equally capable in terms of educational qualification or technical qualification. It is just, as I said, everything boils down to the art of communication, the art of speaking. Speaking is an art.
Yes, and you did it very nicely. And from the beginning, from your career to you started this speaking skills, and later on, which your belief, which we come to know from your works, it is really that you have kept up to it. So coming to it, since you are a professional speaker and TEDx speaker, you are, talking about the voices and choices in your TEDx talks. So could you please tell us something about voices and choices? What exactly did you mean by speaking about voices and choices?
I would say that for any action of ours, in our mind, we always have two thoughts. One, go for it. The other will pop up like there are so many challenges, or let's do it at a later time, or it will suddenly show you in your mind all the negative consequences. What if you do this? This is going to happen. It will not show you the positive side. It will show you all the negative things associated with that particular thought. And within 30 seconds from this side to this side, or this side, whatever you want to say, you have to overcome that thought and then move on. If you do not overcome that inner voice, which is telling you not to do so, which always, like as a basic function of a brain, is to keep you alive and at a comfort level. So if you do not move out of your comfort level, you are not going to achieve anything. You are going to stay where you are. If you, like there's a saying, rolling stone gathers no moss. Why? Because it is moving constantly. It is not remaining in the same place, trying to upskill, motivate, or whatever, learning new art, learning new things. It could be anything. But for learning, you have to join a particular course, wake up in the morning, maybe travel by train or by bus. So there are certain difficulties. It's easier. Let me not join. I better stay in the bed. It's a nice, cozy winter morning. I'll get up aram se, that kind of feeling. So you have to decide. See the bigger picture. What am I going to achieve? If you see that bigger picture and you overcome that thought, our life is always about the choices we make. Right now, if I'm talking to you, like in my class, the same teacher may be teaching, right? Okay, the same language she was using, it is for us as children what we are absorbing. We all are at different stratas. Somebody did study that time and right now are at good positions. Somebody enjoyed that time because they did not listen to their voice, which was telling them, parle, parle. Right? So it is always about, I'm not telling that you shouldn't enjoy your life. You should. You will enjoy, whether now or that time. You have to decide. So again, your choices plays a very important part in your life. As students, if you are concentrated, focused at the correct time, you may enjoy later. Because that time, you may have the money, the time, the energy, the resources, which if you enjoy at an early stage, too early, not good. There is a time for that. That is what I want to say over here. So you need to overcome that thought. I do not want to say here that students who do not do well at an early stage will not do well at a later stage also. Because that time they did not do a proper choice. But now, hokar lag gayi hai, now they have understood, now they are going to take the correct choices. Again, it boils down to choices. While doing that choices, they again have the option in their mind, I stay the way I am. Roti, kapda, makan, basic, I am okay with that. The other is, no, I want to go a level up. And for that, again, they have to move out of their comfort zone. Without moving out of your comfort zone, you even cannot see the rising sun. You have to wake up to enjoy that view. It's up to you what choices you make in your life.
Yes, very true, very true. Choices, where the voices which keeps on coming and the choices we make. Like for me, also it worked out. I never could make a decision with the choices of starting with my morning walk sessions. And as a result, I'm always delaying that morning walk and the marathon runs. I'm missing it out. So this is my choices, which I have been always neglecting. And I went on that, yes, an extra nudge and laziness would be more preferable rather than jumping out of the bed and wearing the marathon suit and going for running. So that I have a lot of friends who keep on motivating and inspiring me, but still, nevertheless, I am always like, as you said, voices and choices. So it is really, really very important that we listen to our inner voice and we jump up with that, the focus which we really need to do. And if we cannot do that, it will be upon us again, the choices which is left to us. So with that, if you are not able to decide, then you will be in a fix and totally in the jinx of lot of things. And you will not be able to come out of that circle. Like till date, I'm not able to come out and start my.
Especially, there are two things which I would like to add on here. The syndrome of log kya kahenge. This is the biggest puller which pulls you back. That you always think and then you move back. Because you are not sure how people will react in the society. I always tell, who are those char log? Are they going to feed you? Are they going to help you in certain ways? If they are not, let's not bother about their views and thoughts. Move ahead. They will bark. They will bark. As my mother used to say, there was a line, Kutta bhauke hazar, hathi chale bazar. The barking dogs will keep on barking. Move ahead. And the second is, you procrastinate. Why? Because you there is one way you are procrastinating, or the other is you want too much of perfection. So I tell that this perfection is actually procrastination in high heels. Nothing. It will tell you, okay, no, my project is not good, or okay, my hair, I have not colored my hair, or today, no, or my background is not looking good, I'll not do this session today, or this border is not looking nice. It could be anything, any stupid reason, which will keep on telling. 80%, if you're okay, shoot. It's okay. It's okay. Once you launch it, once you attempt it, in the process, in your journey, you will learn. There'll be many feedbacks which are going to come. In fact, shouldn't use the word feedback. Use the word feed forward. Move ahead. Take the inputs, correct it, and move ahead. Feed forward.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yes, very true, very true. And for me, actually, I feel that maybe pondering and procrastination worked out more. And as such, I couldn't still date, couldn't start the morning walks, which is really needed now at this age. I think I should start very early. Otherwise, it will be on my health, not for any other thing, for my health. बट ऑफ कोर्स पीपल कीप ऑन टेलिंग, यहाँ पर तो 2-3 आदमी जो नहीं बोल रहे, यहाँ पर तो मुझे बोले जा रहे कि भाई करो. But then the problem is that it's with me that I'm not starting. I'm just all the time.
Let's start. There's a very simple rule. There's a 5-minute hack. Mel Robbins has given a very nice hack. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do one thing related to that. You will say, okay, I don't have the proper running shoes or walking shoes. फिर चप्पल में निकल जाओ. It's okay. चप्पल में निकल जाओ. Go for a walk today. Do it.
Yes.
When you start doing it, you will see many people walking, saying hi, and suddenly you will feel a change in yourself. And tomorrow, you will definitely find a proper shoes.
Yes.
Do
yes.
one activity related to your thought, your choice. If you want to go to the gym, start by wearing your shoes one day. Do one thing.
Exactly. Correct. I think I should start now after listening to you. I should really start. And I do actually a little bit of walking inside in the house, but to go out and start walking, like, I don't know when it will start. But after listening to you, surely I'll start it together, and I need to pull up myself. This is all on me. It's all in the mind, actually. It's my mind problem. But yes, you said it very correctly. You need to decide now or never. You cannot ponder that tomorrow onwards I will start. And though in spite of knowing it, there are certain things which we always think, like this is not there, that is not there. We keep on complaining. We keep on, pondering that this, if this is there, then only it is possible. So these sort of things always come and take up, upper hand on top of us. So yes, of course, you told a very nice thing, but we want to know, ma'am, about your next concept, which you have been talking around in your TEDx also, and in a lot of other sessions. Even you have told me also about it. It's about the African concept. So we would love to know a little bit from you about Ubuntu. What is this African concept and how it is going to make a change right now in this world?
Yeah, I happen to know about this concept while when my son was in class 4th, and there was some activity in the school, some competition, storytelling competition. and I was wondering what topic or what story to pick up. And then I didn't wanted to pick up the traditional, the ant and the grasshopper, the wolf and something like that, the traditional fables or stories which we have been listening to. So I came across this concept, Ubuntu, which is an African concept. And there's a very nice thing that there was a race in an African community where small children, they were supposed to run from one side of a tree to the other side of, there were many trees across. So there was a race kind of thing. And the winner would be getting a big hamper, a chocolate hamper, or a kind of hamper. So what happened is the kids started running, and somewhere they all held each other's hand and reached together. So the organizers were surprised why you're getting, Africa, that the scene which I'm talking about was a famished kind of scene, which the kids were there. And for them, having a big basket of fruits or chocolate, a hamper kind of thing was a big thing. So the organizer was surprised and he asked, why? So one of the child took the lead and said, I cannot be happy when the people around me are not happy. So you can be like, as a mother, there's a saying, you can be as happy as your saddest child. Yes, agree?
Yes, very much, very much.
Similarly, if your surrounding is not positive, if people around you are not happy, what will you do wearing, all kinds of luxuries, enjoying things? You will not enjoy those things. You can only enjoy when people around you are also enjoying. You go to a fair, it's not only you who is enjoying. It's the environment. You see a particular frame, a canvas of happiness. Happiness is always inclusive. It cannot be one person's my happiness. Yes, you have to take care. Self-care is important. What I'm trying to say is, when everybody take people along, and this, somewhere I connected with my experiences in the armed forces. As I said, I was a people person. I was an empathetic commander, as I was known there. I used to listen. So if the people who are working for me, if they are not happy, how could I be happy? I need to find some, I won't say solution. I need to guide them towards a path, at least show them a guiding light for them to take action. So this is the basic concept. Now you see so many things about collaboration. It is like, gone are those days that I can only go ahead. If I stand on your head, I push you down and then I can go ahead. No. Those days are gone. You may reach the top of the ladder, but you will not be happy. At the end, you have to be a contented soul from within. You work daily. My philosophy of working was, I need to have a peaceful sleep. Yes, that today, whatever I have done, I did it right. If I have not done something right, will I be able to sleep peacefully? My conscience would not have allowed. Same thing. People matters. Take them along. There's a saying that you are not handsome if you do not give your hands to some. Help them. Help them. Try helping people. See the kind of satisfaction which you get. You help your good, we say karma, good karma, whatever, it will definitely come back. This universe will definitely give the good things back to you in some other form, whatever. So I always believe in, neki kar darya mein dal. It's okay. Fine. help people. Anybody giving me a call, asking something or whatever, any, they want any knowledge about, okay, ma'am, ab kya karna hai? What is your advice? Something. I'm okay with that. It's okay. So you are happy only when you take people along. You rise when everybody rises. In rising process, some will rise slightly higher, some will rise okay. So an organization works like this. A good, healthy organization, a good, healthy institute, when people around you are happy, they will give your 100% in the work. Yeah.
Very true. As you said, every single sentence is so much dipped in truth that we can all get connected easily. But though we are not following it, maybe sometimes that this is where we are falling short. We are falling short because we know everything, but still we are not doing it. There we are falling short of it. And we need to understand what is really the requirement right now. We need to understand each other's feelings and then motivate and move ahead. The age of collaboration, the age of change, the age which is making us to contribute and co-elevation. So basically these things are needed to serve. We need to help each other. As you said, we alone cannot reach the top. We might have seen many a times when the Mount Everest people are climbing together. They one do not say that I'm running and going up. You'll come whenever you want. They all go up together. So this is where I too believe in my organization too, where we are doing small work that we together can rise up together. No one here is on top. We are all together walking towards that same goal, that same future, that same focus. And if we are joined hands, we have joined our hands together, we can surely achieve. And you have been doing commendable work, ma'am. I must a great salute to you for that, giving your time and all the time guiding the people to come out from their boxes and understand their capabilities. It's I can say hats off to you. It's really unconditional. You are unconditionally giving your time and your support to all the people around from the Indian Armed Forces till date. So, coming back to my next question, ma'am, could you just share with us any incident, any particular incident before we end up the session? Because we have been taking a lot of your time since we are, sharing inspiring stories. So, any such incident as in the armed forces, anything which really you want to share, because you have got a lot of awards and medals too at that time. Which was that which was very close to you? If you could share with us.
Um, that's a difficult one to pick, actually. There were moments. Um, I have been associated with Navy Children's School, especially being the administrator. And one such moment was, which was really close, I would say very touchy, was a case of a special child. So the parent, as I mentioned, that everybody in the armed forces, they do not have the similar kind of background. So the parent had come to get the child admitted in the school. The child was a normal child in the sense, yes, slightly less in intellect as per the norms. But yes, since we followed inclusive education, the parent was very skeptical. How will he perform? And then to the extent that he came for admission, but I don't know what happened. He just turned back and he said, let him be the way he is. And let him enjoy his life. Jo hoga dekha jayega. And then next day he didn't turn up for admission. And somehow this point was mentioned to me. I was slightly taken back. Why? Let me again understand from where this is coming from. So I asked the number of the father and I spoke to that particular person. And the point which he gave was this child was not the only child. He had three more. So
Okay.
he, see, as I said, do not judge anyone at the first instance. Look, what is the issue or why is he doing what he is doing? So his point was, I have three more kids to be taken care of. And if I let him into the school and get him admitted, then it will be slightly, the financial burden, I would say that. And as such, तो ये बड़ा होके कुछ बनने वाला है नहीं. I am using these words.
Yes, yes.
So the mindset of the parent was that as such, तो ये बड़ा होके he is a liability, sort of. So and the other students were also there. So then I said, okay, you come and meet me. So I called him. And then I spoke to both the mother and father. I understood what is the situation. And then I tried my best, and which later on they were convinced that it is not the question, he's still your child. So I tried from my side, giving different examples. And as I say, the way I speak, and he was convinced. And the child today is a very good swimmer.
Oh, wow. Wonderful, 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 amazing. Yes, from there to here, it's really really amazing to know how you made that change and talking to just a little bit of talking, little bit of that conversation had helped to bring out that change.
Yeah.
The thoughts and the concepts which was building in the father's mind had changed absolutely, and you have brought that change. So really a great incident to listen from you, that how we can also bring the change. So coming towards the end of the conversation, it was really wonderful knowing from you, ma'am, so many things, that how speaking helps, how voicing out helps. Nowadays, it's really important to train ourselves and train our younger generation how to voice out. So this, without voicing out, nothing is possible. You need to ask for it. And if you cannot ask, as you said, we will not get it. What will happen if we ask? Maximum there will be a big no coming. But if we don't ask, we will not get anything. So we need to ask. Even a small child needs to cry and ask from the mother to give him or her the milk. Then only the mother remembers that, oh, my daughter or my child, I forgot to feed my children. So the cry is that asking. So from the childhood days which we have learned, we suddenly now have started tending to forget. We try to keep calm. We just don't want to voice out. So it's really very important. It was really wonderful talking to you. Coming to the end of my question, actually, we have seen always that experts say that you should always keep on doing something to add a few lines to your resume everywhere and every time. What is your opinion about it, ma'am?
Upskilling definitely helps. Yes. Why? Because your mind is learning new things. What is important these days, especially after this COVID phase, it's important to unlearn. We become very adamant in our thoughts and our beliefs. My again quoting my father, like I am what I am by, I would say small, what my father used to say, my life experiences in the Navy, and I keep meeting people. So it is about, I would say, each person is a human library and you learn bits and bits from everyone. So my father, he used to say that the concept of PPT, place, person, and time. These are three variables, and together they form a set. Move one, keep the other two constant. So the same thoughts and belief. Maybe when I was a child, I used to love pink color. Today, I'm the same person. Maybe I'm in the same city, but the time has changed. And today, maybe I like black or maybe red, whatever. So, same person, but with different ideology, thoughts, and beliefs. Why? Because I have gone through a process, I have gone through a journey, and now things have changed. My mindset have changed. Similarly, this is where unlearning comes in picture. If we become adamant for a particular thing, we are not going to look into the opportunities. Survival skills comes only when, if there is a crisis or a situation, how do you move ahead? You won't learn any new skill when the time is going to come. I will see. Now is the time. Keep upskilling. If today is the age of smartphone, I cannot say that I don't want to learn. I am okay with that Nokia 1100. You can't take a selfie with 1100 Nokia. Can you? You have to update yourself. Yeah. Each system, whether it is your laptop, everything requires an update, a periodic update. Similarly, in our resume, our life's resume, it could be, see, if I am a technical person right now, I attended an art workshop. I did Madhubani painting. Yeah, I did blue pottery workshop. Wow. So I am attempting something new. When you are attempting something new, you are learning a new skill. You may not become an expert, I would say, but yes, now you will appreciate things better. When you see that particular art, I'm giving my example, like recently I attended this particular workshop. Now I know how much, you have to put in to make a blue pottery piece. What goes in? Kitna mehnat lagta hai? What are the different number of days? So even I am not going to become an expert in that. Now I will appreciate it. Yes. So keep learning new skills. Learn, unlearn, relearn.
Yes.
Make this as your motto. Definitely in any walk of your life, somewhere this is going to help you. It will help you in which form today you may not know, maybe tomorrow. Life skills are very important. Very, very important, especially with the new age children. Ask them, potato kahan ugta hai? Supermarket mein milta hai.
Yes, very true. This is very true, very true.
Yeah, agreed.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, life skill. Cooking. Let's not make it a gender specific thing. It's a survival art. Cooking, basic things to do, mending a piece of cloth or something. Some life skills are supposed to be learned by each and everybody. Basic, I would say. Yes, expert level is different, but yes, basic. Keep learning. Keep on learning new things. Try, you should enjoy your life. Things which you have not done before. I have made a list, retire at 40, and then I have made a list, my bucket list. And I am, slowly, one by one, I am just checking off things to do before I die. And enjoy your life. Tuck, tuck.
Wow, very true. Learn, unlearn, and relearn. These are the three things which we have to always implement in our lives. And this is what today we had the golden nuggets, several other golden nuggets which ma'am had shared with us in this platform. It was really wonderful listening to you, ma'am, and a great list of golden nuggets which we got today with the pointers which you shared with us, and how in our life to be successful, not only in Indian Armed Force, but in our day-to-day life, as we are reaching our goal, how do we make up ourselves? How do we prepare ourselves to face each and every target? We are a challenge. The main target is you yourself. You have to set up your own goals. And every day, if you can, pull out of that and move ahead of what you have achieved today and bring a better tomorrow, then you have achieved your goal. So thank you so much, ma'am. It was wonderful speaking to you. And I really had a lot of takeaways from today's session. So finally, what are your future goals now? Just to end it up with, finally, what are your future goals now?
Future goals. As I mentioned, I'm going to uh, do my bucket list. That's one. I have prepared a set of uh, things which I have to do. Along with that, as I said, giving back to the society, I'll be shortly relocating to a new city. And after I go there, there are many things, in many ways in which you can give back to the society. As rightly brought up by Mahatma Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. Small contribution. There will be many opportunities in the new city. I'm going to venture out, and it could be about ecology. It could be, as I said, I want to venture out into a new world. Yeah. So helping the society in whatever way I can. Maybe by speaking in any sector you choose. Speaking is definitely an art. It is going to help you everywhere. So if you are associated with an NGO or a company or whatever, I go and choose there. This is going to be constant, serving back to the nation, to the society. As it is said in the armed forces, it is not a job, it is a service. We were a serving officer. The word is serve in bold and capitals. If you remember this, serve, you need to serve. The good karma will definitely come back to you.
Superb, superb, ma'am. Thank you so much. We need to all serve, actually, not only in armed forces. If we all take up this initiative and think that we all need to serve rather than work, or rather than, be in a job. So if we use the word serve, automatically our bonding and our that compactness, attachment with that increases. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us your precious time and enlightening us with all your visionary goals. And we do hope that our platform will be impacting many more lives. And until we meet tomorrow again with another amazing personality in our talk show, we will be bringing in more such personality beyond education. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us in today's session and making a deep impact in all our lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.